Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the brain of the mainframe here, Nile Scala, with the man, the myth, the legend, the teen sensation. I wish I took him to the prom. Mr. Billy Tucci, how you doing, brother?
You know, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. I'm doing pretty good. So you are now, we're also doing a celebration here. 10 and a half years smoke-free.
10 and a half years smoke-free.
What was the last time you smoked a cigarette, Scala?
That would be Halloween night, 2015. I smoked one, and my wife came to me and she said, you know, you're a hypochondriac, and you cry to me every day that you're dying of some new disease. And she's like, but you sit there smoking cigarette after cigarette. And I said, you know what? And I flicked it. I said, you're right. And then
Just
we
like
made
that.
sweet, passionate love on some guy's car.
Nice. Did you flick it on her? It's like,
No,
cool.
what the frick?
Well, you know, like you're a bad boy. So like, you know.
I just spit in her belly button and then put the cigarette out.
Oh, dude, that's badass. Well, speaking of that, now we're on that subject.
yeah.
How about we get our great guest, Wyatt Holiday?
Speaking of belly buttons, where's Peter Gilmore, that son of a bitch? We got a great show tonight. So our first lineup, we've got a great creative team with Rocket Gal and the Mole Men. We've got Peter Gilmore. Boom. We've got Wyatt Holiday. Boom. We've got Mandy Summers. Boom.
Kaboom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
How we doing, everyone?
Good.
Excellent. Yeah.
I almost said Mandy Moore. Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't know why.
We love her more than Mandy Moore. I'm sure Mandy Moore is a nice gal, but she's not our Mandy.
That's right.
There's only one Mandy for us.
One Monday.
Nice. You came and you gave
without taking.
And I sent you away, oh Mandy. Wait a minute, I got a harmonica.
Oh shit. It's like, and I got a fiddle.
I do have a harmonica in here somewhere. Wait.
Do you have the neck thing?
The what?
The neck guard that holds it.
No, I don't know how to play it. I just always wanted harmonica. I got it in my bug out bag. So I have my bug out bag, show my son what my bug out bag is. So I have all my stuff and I have a harmonica in there. I do.
Is that the one you take to like when you go work? It's the bag that you always
No, that's
carry
my bug out. That's when the shit hits the fan. It's downstairs. My bug out, this is my bug out bag. So it's a bag, right? Mm-hmm. And I have all sorts of things in it. So I have like my binoculars. I have a knife, a knuckle duster knife. See? I got my gas mask. I have
I'm watching myself.
Extra pair of glasses, a whistle with a compass on it. I got my little flashlight that opens up. There you go.
Oh my God, I'm doing you all a disservice. There we go.
Duct tape. Yes, I got duct tape.
Duct tape essential.
Yeah, absolutely. Hand wipes, of course. You know, hand sanitizers. Let's see what else.
That is quite the assortment.
Oh, here's my harmonica.
Oh, you really have a harmonica?
For the good times when you're lonely, you know, you got to have that. I got matches and everything in here, my little pack. What else do I got? I got a lot of stuff that I have my closet, so I have all my ammo and stuff by my closet, but I got ibuprofen. No, that's not ibuprofen. That's
prophylactic.
Omeprazole. That's some kind of painkiller. Tylenol, extra strength. Yeah, I got penicillin. I got penicillin. I got more wipes.
Where the hell do you think's gonna happen? Where are you
You
going?
don't have a bug out bags? All you guys should have a bug out bag. You don't have a. I got my gloves.
No.
I got my first aid kit. You guys don't have it. What happens when the shit? We're closer now than ever for the shit hitting the fan.
When the zombies turn up.
Yeah,
Man,
and I got this pocket.
that girl. See,
I got my little Swiss Army knife.
What's that, Wyatt?
I got my Leatherman in there. Yeah, you got
I just said he's got a bag like that girl from New Warriors.
Right?
Oh my God. We should talk about the New Warriors later. But anyway, so I have that, and then I got two Belkin walkie-talkies charged always by my closet. I got a biometric safe, and then I have all my magazines, rounds, stuff like that, my pistols, all my stuff, and that's bug out. Let's go, honey. Give me 30 seconds to grab that. I got some MREs in the garage, so I have to go right to my garage, get that out. Boom.
I've got a book bag, but it doesn't have anything like that in it. Like,
Well, you're down there. I'm on Long Island, so I'm kind of trapped, and it's dog eat dog out here with coronavirus. So
yeah. I do have a Disney princess first aid kit though.
see, and you know what? That'll work just as well. But you need a good knuckle duster because if you don't want to kill the guy, you could just punch him in the face with it.
Oh, well, I've got brass knuckles somewhere
There you go.
that my father-in-law made, but I don't carry them because I think they're illegal.
Well, you can carry a pistol where you live, can't you? Carry like a little 30, like a
Yes.
9mm or something.
Yeah.
There you go. Can't believe you guys don't have a bug out bag. Wyatt, you don't have a bug out bag?
It's all in the car, man. Everything.
All in the car, bro.
It's got it all in the car.
All in the car. So, all right, Nile, I got us away long enough. Why don't
I don't fucking know.
I'll be quiet.
I don't even know what happened. Like, I'm taking notes, and now I'm like, I need to leave the show. I got to make my bug out bag.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what's gonna
blankets. I got
happen.
those aluminum blankets, those emergency blankets. Yeah, you got to have all that stuff.
I feel like I need like a tourniquet system and like a turret on my Jeep or something. Like, I really got to get prepared.
Good belt is good for the tourniquet. If you get the wound, you have to get as high as possible. So if you get hurt here, you got to tie it up here.
Really?
And penicillin's super important. Get penicillin. You can even get animal penicillin. You can go to the farm warehouses because if you really need it, it's the same stuff. So you can get penicillin for animals and you don't need a prescription.
Oh, good to know.
If you need to make your own hand sanitizer, it's very easy. You could take some rubbing alcohol, 70% rubbing alcohol, mix that with some aloe vera, right? And you got yourself hand sanitizer. So you have to go out and buy Purell.
All right. Well, we lost all of our viewers. Anyways, so you guys have a new project coming on that you finally hit. You're currently at 101 backers for Rocket Gal and the Moment of Mars with 47 days left. So first and foremost, how did this amazing, fun book come to be?
Well, Peter and I have known each other for a while. I think we originally met through Mandy, but yeah, we just started talking. Our schedules were open. I was finishing up my first campaign. Peter was coming off of the one he was working on, and the timing just worked out. We had a few ideas that we went through of possibilities to work on something together, and we spent a long time talking about sci-fi B movies and a lot of the classics that we enjoyed, and it just all came together, man, at the right time.
Yeah, long story short, they were in a hangout and they nerded completely out on me and started talking about all this nerdy crap, and then they ended up making a book out of it.
Nerdy crap. Oh, man.
Nerdy crap. Barbarella, Jane Fonda is not nerdy crap.
Well, it was nerdy to me. I was just sitting there like, yeah, because I had no idea what they were talking about. So, but yeah, they nerded out.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
She don't know about Star Crash, man.
She doesn't know nothing. She ain't know nothing about nothing.
So
what's your guys' roles in this project? You got the three of you here. Who's doing what on this book?
Well, I'm editing. So
Yep. Mandy's the editor. Peter and I co-created it. I'm handling the writing duties, and Peter's the artist and colorist and letterer, and I'm in the States, so I'll be handling fulfillment. So,
Hey, question: who did the logo for you guys?
Me.
You did it. Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I did graphic design for a while and worked in a little bit of advertising, and anything to do with putting pen to paper or anything like that, I've done it.
Yeah, no,
over the years,
I love the logo. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It kind of
really great.
Sums up what it's all about, I think.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about your wild fantasies that are now on these papers there, Wyatt.
I will say my wild fantasy.
Son of a bitch. No.
Yeah.
Sexy
Peter's the artist.
and
You can,
sick, Wyatt.
What?
Naked girls and a dog.
We love it.
You can explain to everyone why I'm about to draw a bedroom scene with a bunch of weird alien anime girls. You can explain that one.
I'll explain that one. We got this guy here. He's called a hydroxy tentacle beast. His name's Benny, though. He just kind of hangs out on the ship, but he's a gigolo.
Yeah.
And so he's always like got anime girls coming in and out of his room because he's a tentacle guy.
Yeah.
And
So that's
yeah.
what goes with anime girls. I mean, I could.
Tentacles and anime girls go together.
Where are we? Yeah, there we go. Whoop, let's hide that again before we get in trouble.
Only 4?
No, there was 3. There was 3. Hang on.
There's
3,
three
but
or-
one of them's got
No,
many.
there's
many...
4 on 1. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's 5 actually.
Oh,
She's
oh,
got
there's
5.
5. Oh yeah, look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, it's just
Anybody
like
else in the mood for some grapes?
it's just like high school, isn't it, Wyatt? For you?
like olives, yeah.
Yeah,
It is like
Yeah.
high school, man. Like
there's one in the
Yeah,
back with a tentacle face and a stick of celery. Maybe, I don't know. Some kind of plant. I'm not sure what that's for. So
yeah,
That wasn't in the
weekend
script.
Panama City for me, yeah.
There you go.
anyway, let's hide
But
those.
why? I mean, Peter, you have what a draftsman you are. You really are. You gotta. It's. I love your style. It's so unique. You know what I mean? It's fun. And look, he's drawing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Digital,
Certainly am.
Billy. Get with
Always.
the times, bro.
I love
Always.
that. No, I love watching people. Draw. I love streams where people draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all digital, but for the campaign we've got like original art on there. So
Mhm.
once I've got the inks done on each page, I blue line them and then print them, and then I'm traditionally inking those for the people who want to back that tier.
No,
Peter,
the
what
will-
was it? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, go on.
What was it like transitioning to learning to do digital art?
Really easy, really
really?
easy. Yeah. With these new the new tablets and pens, the pens have got like 8,000, 9,000 levels of pressure. So even the slightest, it works exactly the same as a pen. There, with the slightest pressure, and you've got a really fine, nice line. Sort of, like you can do like a really nice little line, or you can like really lay it on thick and get those nice little tapered points on the end. And yeah, great.
Now, Nile, have you tried this yet? Have you tried drawing on the
Yeah.
iPad or anything?
Yeah, I draw on the iPad. I've got I mean, I don't really show this area too much, but I got my Wacom in the center there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do digital.
You do digital all day, don't you? buddy?
I draw in pencil and I scan in, and then I ink digitally.
Ooh.
Where's Frank?
Ah.
Yeah. Did you say where's Frank?
Yeah, doesn't he hang out over there?
Frank will usually sit at the little drawing table, not my main drawing
Frank's
table.
on lockdown.
But Frank is on that leash over there.
drawing on the
He was a bad boy today. No, he's home
Mm.
because of the virus.
Yeah.
He got it.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm just joking. He's fine.
Oh,
Say hello, Matthew.
Hey Matthew.
I'm Mandy.
Hi, honey.
Oh, you want me to mute it?
What?
You want me to mute
Mute what?
my mic?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you think he's saying?
Something about Mandy.
Oh, Mom, yeah,
That's what
tell
I was
her
going to say something about
I feed
me.
the cats. I fed the cats. Get her out of here. I fed them.
Anyways.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Don't mind me, Nile. Get. Sorry.
Can I go? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
All right. So, as you guys know, I love to play the videos. So, if I can, I would like to just play the video for you guys because it's got really good. Now, did you do this video, Peter?
Yeah. That's
It
all.
came out
and the
awesome.
Video and the music and all of it. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna play the video for the Rocket Gal and the Mole Men of Mars.
Excellent.
Great Galloping Galaxies.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I freaking love that logo, man. That's killer.
yeah,
You gotta,
it really
you gotta
is.
design us a new logo, Peter. Design us
Yes,
a new-
No
Peter.
problem. No problem.
that would be sick.
Help
So
a
you
brother
guys,
out.
so you guys are doing this campaign for 47 days,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna go
started
in
at
demand.
60. Yeah.
Now that's really
we're-
cool, and I think today, especially today, with the things that are going on now, that's really smart. What led you to make it a bigger campaign, a longer campaign, than say your standard 30-day campaign that people have done?
Well, with my first campaign, I started it out at 30 days. I wasn't at the goal after 30 days, so I had to, to extend for the extra 30 days. And I figured, why not just make it 60, instead of pretending halfway through it's about to end. And so, we just decided let it go for the long run. We're planning to deliver in July.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're going to run it the 60 days, probably a month of in demand, keep it in demand through fulfillment, and call it a day after that.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, will you be adding any other like variant covers or anything throughout the campaign?
That's possible. We have discussed a toilet paper tier, but I have to assess the stock, the inventory. Yeah, we're discussing some additional covers. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Is there anyone you guys are looking to, if you can say, like anyone you would like to have do a cover for this book?
We know exactly who.
Well, I mean, I can think of, one particular guy, but yeah, I mean, otherwise, we have a couple that we're probably going to talk to. So,
Yeah. Do you know anyone that, like, there's some people that draw women really well.
Yeah.
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 I mean, there's a couple. I was looking at. We're not mentioning names, but there's a guy who does really nice painted sci-fi art. So yeah, kind of looking at that and something else. There's something else we're delving into.
Nice.
But I can't say anything. Can't say anything yet.
Okay, fine. I'll do a cover for you. You just have to.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Stop.
They're like, no, stop. Really, we weren't talking about you.
Oh no! honest.
Like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
no,
Billy.
no,
No, we weren't talking about you. Oh,
No,
I will back the toilet
really,
paper
Billy, we
here.
weren't.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I really weren't.
Right.
were you talking about me? Honest?
No, Dad.
No,
I know they
really.
weren't, and now I'm trapped.
It's kind of awkward now, Billy.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, fine. Well, Billy, we weren't talking about you.
All right. So, who are the mole men of Mars?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mandy.
The basic synopsis of the story is that the two greatest minds in the galaxy, the two greatest scientists, they've gone missing on Mars, and Rocket Gal has been sent to find out what happened to them and rescue them. And of course, they have fallen into the clutches of the mole men of Mars,
Yes.
Yeah.
who are these lumpy mud potato-looking guys that you see in the artwork.
Yeah. I'd claim it was a design choice, but it's more like they're easy to draw.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can draw, so I can probably draw
Anyone.
mole men.
Anyone can draw a mole man.
Yeah.
Now, what
Just a-
inspired the style for this book?
Oh, lots of things. Things like, do you remember like Space Ace and Dragon's Lair? Those old games,
Mhm.
the video,
Yeah.
Yep.
those,
John Blues.
and a little bit of the Jetsons. Things like Barbarella.
Mhm.
I really like that. I really like the look, the kind of animated look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I have to keep stopping myself because when I'm coloring, I'll go too far. And I really like the idea of painted backgrounds with flatter looking characters in front,
Mhm.
sort of thing. So, but I keep failing and I keep I'll put loads of textures and stuff and then it all gets silly.
Because you're trying to keep it more of that cartoon look, right? So
Yeah,
more simple colors and layers and
Yeah.
things. No, it looks great. I love the
It looks
artwork on this. It
amazing.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to
Thank you
call
very
it if Tex Avery or Don Bluth did a story in heavy metal.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty good description of what we've got going. And Peter's just killing it. Yeah, man.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of, it's sexy, but it's not overtly, it's not filthy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like the necklace she wears and the hair or whatever will always end up covering something up if something should, maybe seen in a scene.
Yeah, it's
the
all
hair will always
innuendo.
hair will always be draped, and even though people have been begging for a more adult version or a more adult cover, it's like,
That's true. But
You're just gonna keep it a secret. What's
yeah.
beneath the necklace?
I think we all know. I think we've all seen a woman before.
Have we?
Speak for yourselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
don't speak for everybody, Pete.
Yeah,
right,
I
okay.
mean,
I
you know, right now.
I mean, geez, I'm in my parents' basement right now.
Yeah, now what do you
Don't
say,
talk
Nile?
too loud, man.
Nile, what do you say? You guys like? What do you say, Nile?
What?
You guys like comics?
Oh, you guys like comic books?
Yeah, you guys like comic books?
You guys like comics? I love comics. My mom likes comics. I like comics. My uncle likes comics. We read them in the same sleeping bag. They're the best uncle in the world.
No.
Don't look at me like that, Wyatt. Don't look at me like
come on,
that.
Wyatt.
It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Come on. So what else is in the pike for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, many things.
Yeah, we've got like a year worth of ideas built up.
Probably spilling over into 2 years, I should think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we've got planned.
yeah,
I mean,
Mandy's got Wart the Wizard 2 coming probably this year.
Yeah.
I am gonna probably run the book for my first campaign again because nobody knew who I was at the time.
Smart.
So give people, man, a lot of people have asked me about that. So probably after Rocket Gal, that's probably what I'll do. And then I've got some other things lined up for later in the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. Very nice.
And I'm obviously doing Wart the Wizard 2 with Mandy. That's me drawing that. And we've got a couple of other things we've not announced yet that we're keeping under wraps.
Very cool. And you guys have an online store, right? Are you guys doing something? Yeah. What is that? What's the web address to that?
Take it away, Mandy.
It's comicsavalon.com. It has, we're in the process of getting more creators to join and come to the store. Just so, our thoughts were, if somebody comes to buy like Wart the Wizard merchandise while they're there, if they're able to see, say, Narwhal or see Rocket Gal, they may be like, oh, well, hell, I'll take a Rocket Gal, cup too. And so we're trying to get more and more creators because we all kind of feel like if there was one place, it would benefit everybody so much by having everybody in one place instead of you got to go to Teespring for this person and you got to go over here for them. And if there's just one stop where everything is there, it's like the Walmart. So,
and then people might find things that they didn't even know existed before. Someone might stumble upon it and say, oh man, what is this Wart the Wizard or whatever? And then, we're all promoting the same place and then, driving traffic to the same location. And,
so how does it work though? Does it like if someone buys something, if someone buys like a Wart the Wizard coffee mug, let's say, does that just go straight to like Mandy? Like, does it end up going straight to you, or are you guys like fulfilling people's products, like shipping the stuff for them? How does it work? If you don't mind me asking.
I have distribution and things like that set up and warehousing, and the orders are just handled automatically. As far as the payments and stuff, that goes to me, and then I send these guys their statements and royalties and everything beginning of the month.
Oh, nice. So you're hanging on to their merchandise then?
We produce their merchandise.
It's produced on demand sort of thing. Yeah.
Not necessarily all of it, but yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. That's cool. So how are you guys reaching out to other creators to get them on board with this service?
Well, we haven't met yet, to be honest. We've all been so busy with all of our projects right now. The store is kind of taking a hit because of that. But after we're all done and I've got work fulfilled, then we're going to start just basically hitting people up and being like, 'cause that's what I think Wyatt did with Narwhal was just, hey, you know, we have a store. Do you want to sell some merchandise through it? And he was like, yeah, sure. So, yeah, because you don't really have to do anything other than send over what you want to be on the cup or what you want to be on the shirt. Just show what you want, Wyatt sets it up, and you get a check every month. So and
we got templates built for everybody. So all you need is your artwork. If you can't do it on the templates yourself, I'll take care of it. And yeah, that's
cool, man.
It's going pretty well.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's brilliant.
And so that's where people can also get copies of your books, right? Like as you keep producing more books.
We're thinking eventually, not right now, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool. I hope once you guys get all your stuff fulfilled, you can get refocused on that, because I think that will help a lot of creators out.
Yeah, I think so too.
One-stop shop, like Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Or well, let's say Target, because we know what you find at Walmart. So let's just up it and we'll say Target. So
I don't know. Some Targets aren't that great either. I don't know.
That is true. That is true. And I see Lee Ditzworth in the chat is asking, is there Dino merchandise now? You're damn right, sir. Go check out Avalon.
Before we get to our next guest, because we got a couple minutes left. What is this novel you have out? Or novelette, whatever you call it.
Yeah. So, okay, like a couple of months ago, I was on with the guys over at Graded Point 5. And they were pulling up goofy stuff, and they introduced me to Chuck Tingle and Dinosaur Erotica. Now, I had never heard of this. I didn't know it existed, but I fell in love with the idea that this is just so funny. So in my spare time, I wrote a novella that is in the Dino Erotica, market. It's very funny. It's absolutely the stupidest thing you're ever gonna read, but you'll get a couple of laughs out of it. So yeah, I figured, well, I'm waiting on some finishing stuff with Wart the Wizard before I go to print. I got a little bit of extra time right now. Why not write a dino porn?
So how does a dino porn work?
Yes, tell us. Do tell.
How does that work?
Well, in this one, the main character, Aubrey, she falls in love with the dinosaur, a T-Rex. And,
so she's a human.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the stupidest thing you've ever read. I assure you. You will never read anything more stupid than this.
At least it's not furries, because they're really disturbing.
Yes. No, it is just a T-Rex and a girl named Aubrey, and she falls in love with him. When he talks to her, it's all growls and grunts. And then she, in her mind, comes up with what she believes him to be saying.
It's funny. It's very funny.
It's really stupid, but like I said, everybody's in quarantine. It's boring right now. There's not a lot of humor in the world right now. Everything's kind of
I love the explanation. It's like, we're in quarantine, it's boring, so I'm gonna make dino porn.
That's what happened. That is exactly what happened. So hardcore pornosaur.
That's pretty much how the story unfolded.
He's laughing. He's like, what? He just walked in when Nile said, let's make dino porn. That's what Mandy walked in. And he's like,
everyone look out for the Stegosaurus. If you get Stegosaurus, it's got 3 horns.
Ooh. That's a triceratops.
It's a triceratops.
Get it right. That's a triceratops, and that's mine. Because I'm a 3-input type of guy.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
Hey, Dad, catch.
Stop.
Oh.
All right. Beat it.
No.
Beat it. We're talking about dino porn. You can't be around here.
I want to listen to dino porn.
Great.
No. Great. That's now recorded forever.
It's very funny. It's very funny. It's like a parody of real porn.
Frank Amazing wants to know if you can eat Fruity Pebbles while reading it.
Yes.
Well, you can also snort it.
Yeah.
This Frank really? Well, let's put this out here. Well, see, I find Fruity Pebbles very disturbing. Cocoa Pebbles are great.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Fruity
Pebbles are just lame.
Why?
Oh my God!
Do you like juicy fruit? Do you chew juicy fruit?
Yeah.
Then why do you not like Fruity Pebbles? It's the same thing.
I put in my milk.
They're two completely different tastes.
Yeah, really.
No, it's the same thing.
You
It's fruit.
know it's
Fruity Pebbles, juicy fruit.
Fruity Pebbles are two completely different.
No, they're not. They're the same exact thing.
Oh
They're not the
my
same exact
God.
thing.
I think like the pineapple and apple are the same fruit.
Oh no.
Peter is never going to come back on the show ever again.
I'll be back.
He's
Look,
like, you're all a bunch of wankers.
I had to draw the cover for that damn dino thing.
Oh, you drew it? Whoa, wait, hold
There
on.
you go.
There we
you
Oh,
go.
go.
that's great.
There you go.
Hardcore pornosaur.
My
You know?
favorite. I love the plane stuck in the water like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be. Yeah, you can't do it serious. Well, you've either got to go totally serious or
Yeah.
just stupid.
Yeah, and there's
So-
nothing serious in this book, not even
No.
for a millisecond. But that's what's great about being around these guys and having Pete as a best friend is I come up with really ridiculous stuff, and by the next day he said, "I got bored, so I drew you this," and it's like,
Yeah.
holy crap, I love that. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I ended up with an amazing cover for the most ridiculous idea I've ever had.
Yep.
So-
Pete draws her a cover, and I'm the one who says, "That's a good idea. You should do that. You should absolutely do that." So
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, guys, we wish you the best of luck with this book. We'll continue to help sharing it through, our channels on Twitter. I know you guys aren't really on Facebook, but we do share stuff on Facebook as well, Instagram, all that stuff. So we'll keep pushing this for you. It's a great book. I plan on backing this myself. I love the artwork. Peter, again, you're killing it on this. You're really
Yeah,
freaking killing it on everything.
really
man.
are.
All your stuff is really good. And I gotta ask, man, like I could post at like 2 a.m. You usually like it. I could post at 8 a.m. You like when the hell do you sleep, Peter Gilmore?
I sleep between maybe like 9 a.m. my time and probably about midday, like 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours a day. That's all I get.
It's gotta be. I mean,
Too much
you're
work.
never putting the pencil down, man.
No, too much work. Too much work. I love drawing stuff. I love art. So
Yeah.
love comic books.
There you go, man. It's the passion. It's the passion. So good luck with everything, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. As always, you guys are always welcome on if we're ever doing anything. If you're bored and you want to come on the show, just let us know. We'll send you a link. And Wyatt, it's great to see you. Last time you didn't show your face. It's good to see your handsome jawline. And
Manly.
yes, Manly. And Peter, again, thank you so much.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Anytime.
All right, guys. Have a
Thank you
great
for having
night.
us, guys.
Enjoy your next stream, which is at 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Where are you guys going to be at 10 o'clock tonight?
Raging Golden
Eagle.
Yeah.
Woo.
Mandy,
Nice.
Mandy Herrenberg says 1 million years BC before condoms.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes.
Yes.
Be a minute. Yes. Before.
Only one.
At least
Well, yeah,
on
that was
that
Rasmus
island,
60
anyway.
million years ago.
At least on that
Yes.
island.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Fatty 057. Whose channel is this, Billy? This is Crowdfunding Comics.
This is Crowdfunding Comics. This is
Yeah.
Billy and I's channel.
Yes, this is me and Nile and I and my channel.
Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. And enjoy dino porn.
It's mostly Nile's
Yes.
channel.
No,
Yeah.
you don't even have the password.
I didn't even have the
He
password.
doesn't even have the password. No, it's actually my show. Billy's just here for star power. All
yeah,
right,
Star
everyone.
Power.
Star power.
Great to
All
see
right.
you guys. Great luck with it. You're kicking ass. It's so good to see. And we will see you guys all soon. Have fun tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
have
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank
Bye,
so
you
much.
guys.
I'll try to
Bye.
catch you
Coming
on
on,
your next
guys.
stream. All right. Bye. All right.
Well, that
Billy.
escalated quickly.
It did.
That was great. That was
I want to
fantastic.
get back into dinosaurs, man.
I know. And we can't talk English because there's a real Englishman there.
I know we couldn't talk English because
Couldn't
Peter
talk
Gilmore
English at
don't.
all.
And they start like those Yankees don't even know how to speak proper
Bloody
English.
Yank wankers.
Yankee wankers. But
making
more importantly, we got another
English
amazing
accents.
one tonight, Billy, and she is the creator of SoulBound, which is on Kickstarter. So without further ado, I hope she's ready, Miss Paula Richey. Welcome to the show, Paula. Are you with us?
I may be.
That
You
she
may be.
is.
All right. Paula,
All
how
right.
are we doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. So you have an awesome Kickstarter that you are in your second issue. Am I correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So tell us about SoulBound.
Yes.
Okay, so in issue 1, a college student named Becca Albright has enough of her own problems, and then she gets thrown through a portal into another world of magic, myth, and monsters. And in SoulBound 2, you get to see where exactly it is she's ended up, which is pretty much from the frying pan into the fire, which is what I like to do with all my characters.
Just bring them right into the heat. Throw them right into the heat. So I got to ask you, though.
I also drown them a lot. It's good.
Oh, there you go. So I got to ask you now. I'm a paranormal guy, right? I enjoy my ghosts. I enjoy aliens and things. Your book falls on the lines of kind of mythical monsters, magic, things like that. Do you actually believe in these things?
Possibly not in the same way that most people who would say that they do.
Intriguing. Do tell.
It's a little hard to explain.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe that actual ghosts are pretty rare. I think mostly what you get are demons.
That could be true.
I've experienced a demon. I've totally experienced a demon.
It's called me.
No, way before you. I literally was sleeping and woke up with one of those, what do they call them? The black things on top of me. This has got to be over 25 years ago, 26 years ago.
Sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, but it was on me and it was pinning me down and it was like licking at my heart.
Ew.
And I was freaking out and I couldn't get up because I wanted to fight it. You know what I mean? I really did. And I had to try to recite the Lord's Prayer, and I started reciting the Pledge of Allegiance because I remember that. And then I started reciting the Lord's Prayer, and it just went away.
Did you try spitting in its mouth?
No, in its mouth, its head was here. It was a black shape pulling me, and I saw the arms and everything, the hands pressing me into the bed.
You sure it wasn't like sleep paralysis and your dog was on you?
No, then my dog, then I woke up, and Gypsy, my Doberman at the time, she was in the closet because she noticed something was wrong, and she got scared and was sitting in the closet. Looking at me from an open closet.
The Lord's Prayer either.
Spooky.
Crazy. And then were you home the other night? Were you home Friday night when that thing happened?
What, with the music box?
Yeah, tell them what. Okay, so tell them.
That was so scary.
Yeah, so I live in an 1885 Victorian home, and our house is haunted. It really is. So I didn't tell you this yet, Nile. Right? So we're sitting at Friday night watching TV and tell them what happened.
And then all of a sudden here. The music box go off and go. What was it? It
was a Christmas song. It was a Christmas music box that's always out.
And we all looked at it and it was like
the music box opened up a little bit and was playing the music.
And so the next day I went I shut it. So I shut it, and then the next day I came over to it and I opened it and it didn't work.
And it didn't work because it wasn't winded up.
So and then I turned it over and then I winded it up and then it worked. So and I looked at my mom and I go, this thing winded itself, and it was it was so scary.
It's crazy, Scala. It's crazy.
That's incredible.
Well, Scala saw Paula. Nile saw a ghost in my house too when you were over, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Remember you asked me? No, Nile said, "Is your house haunted?" Remember Nile?
Yes, reluctantly.
When was Nile here?
Nile was here in June, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you said, right? You're like, is your house haunted? Because you saw somebody in the parlor or something? Or
Yeah, I went to go use your restroom on the first floor there, and I was walking by, and there's like someone standing in like that living room or parlor or whatever. And then when I look, that's not a foyer.
No, the foyer is the main. When you first walk in with the fireplace is a foyer. Yes, the parlor is the living room. That's called a parlor.
Well, either way, there was someone standing where we got the cigars out of.
Yes,
Billy. Yeah.
That's the parlor.
The crazy.
The parlor.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Quite. Get my pipe. Quite. Anyway, so Paula, we're sorry, but I digress. Paula, we're here for you.
Okay. No, I love those stories. So. I love cryptid stories. I love just all sorts of weird myths and stuff. Somewhat local to here, there is a Lake Hartwell, and somebody says that if you go diving near the dam, there are catfish big enough to eat you.
Oh, wow.
So I can buy that. So I actually have one of those in the comic. Catfish big enough to eat you. His name is Bill, the catfish. Kids love him.
And is that in issue 1 or 2?
That's in issue 2. He's got a little cameo in there.
Oh, that is awesome.
And lots more monsters coming up. Issue 1 didn't really have a lot of room for too much paranormal weirdness going on. Becca was having a lot of nightmares that she just dismissed, and then she found out that they're much more real than she gave them credit for. So there's this evil sorceress who's trying to turn our second hero, Torin, into a monster himself. And so she's gotten a ways on the process, and his only hope is to escape before she completes her spell. And when Becca arrives, he's now responsible for both of them. Because he's an upstanding kind of guy.
Yeah. Now, with this book that you have here, I'm going to bring this up here. I actually want to bring your campaign up. So right now, so you've got issue 1 out that you've previously crowdfunded. Now you're on your issue 2. You have 56 backers, which is a great number. You have 7 days to go. You've met goal.
Yeah, that happened today.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now, tell us a bit about...
That last week, it kind of gets you.
Oh, right. I know. That's where it gets stressful. Like, am I going to make it? Am I going to do it? Then once you hit goal, it's kind of like everything just kind of, a little bit of that weight comes off, and then you just want to hit any stretch goals you make put in place. Now, with this book,
is a page in book 1 that you're showing right here. So I have one of Becca's nightmares going on in that page. So I just really liked it. So I'll put it there.
That's great. And then now with issue 2.
There's the cover.
All right. Now, who is the artist on this?
The artist is Mia Pierce. I came across her in a comics group a while back while she was still in college and I was still a little wannabe, and I loved her style. Like there was a guy who he had a really good story. We were all rooting for him. She did some freebie art for him of a pin-up of one of his characters, and I just fell in love with her style, and I was working and saving up so that I could hire her and pay her a fair rate for what she does. And so she's been awesome. She communicates, guys.
Oh, artist that does that?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that myself.
I know. It's hard. You should try getting this guy to return a phone call. Let me ask you a question. How long did it take for this story to come to be? How long have you been working on it?
Oh, goodness. Well, from getting the initial idea and going through the various iterations of it, it's just been in my mind for, wow, I think longer than at least one of my children has been alive. Yeah, we're looking at like 10 years or so that I've had it in mind. But this particular iteration, I've nailed it down over the last couple years. And I've got the whole thing outlined. It came out to 10 issues. Of course, it's a massive, ambitious thing for a beginner project. And thank you, Lee.
Oh, thank you, Lee. Could you tell us a little bit about Becca and who's inspired it?
Well, she's well, not to be a downer, but the other realm is a place that it's between here and the end of things. So it's like the last chance for things that are lost from this world to thrive and survive. And so one of my cousins,
can't find it.
It's a lot like one of my cousins would have been, I think, if she had lived,
Oh.
But she has a daughter who's now grown, and she's a nurse, or she's still in nursing school. I gotta catch up. I've been really busy. But Becca in this story is a lot like my cousin, and also a lot like my cousin's daughter, who is a more pragmatic person, and Becca was going to go to college and go to med school, and she was raised by her stepdad, who's a veteran, and while she's away at college, she gets the news that her stepdad has died, and then she goes back for the funeral, and her stepmother's just not helping anyone cope with this.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of family drama going on, and that contributes to Becca becoming detached from this world. And it's like an injury to the soul that makes it makes you more susceptible to curses and other sorts of stuff that can happen. And also there's her past too, which also made her more susceptible to actually being thrown into the other realms. There's reasoning behind all of it.
Oh, now is there a main like antagonist or villain in this saga? So you're looking at 10 comics, right? In total, that's your goal with this story?
Yeah.
Okay.
So overall, I think like the big bad, we haven't seen a lot of her, but she's the sorceress who's trying to transform Torin into a monster. And she's also trying to start a war between the two main kingdoms in this area, because if the land between them becomes a battlefield, it'll open up a portal to hell and suck the whole planet in.
Sounds pretty good.
Everybody's got to have goals, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So what's your plan with your next 8 issues? I mean, is this all written out, or are you still working on this as you're doing these campaigns?
Well, it is outlined. So I have the entire story arc planned and the titles for all of them and what's going on. But it's funny that the more I work on it, the more I find details that I've had in mind for a long time. I find more that match up with them that can be braided in and make it a tighter story. So I just keep working and tightening it up as far as I can, because I can't afford, I literally cannot afford to drag this out and have any fluff in it.
Yeah.
So as much as I can, I'm going to make every last little thing in this story have multiple meanings, which is something I try for in my art.
Oh, very cool.
As well. So I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure that this is also going to be really good on the reread.
Yeah.
Don't you love it when the story starts to take on a life of its own, but it's kind of tough to let it, because you wanted to put even so much more into it, but you can't let it get away from you. Like you said, you can't afford to just, you got to get it done. You have to learn to edit yourself, right?
Yeah. And one of the great things about doing this as a comic instead of as a novel, or I had a lot of different ideas for how I was going to try to tell the story as completely as I could. But with Mia's work, she does such detailed and expressive work. And also the communicating, she understands exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to put a ton of dialogue in here to explain it.
Right.
I can't stand to cover up any of the art anyway. So it's really good that I can just script out what I want, and Mia draws it and improves on it. It's like she can see it in her head as good as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I get it back and I tweak the dialogue just a little bit and try and make sure everything's told as clearly and completely as I can. So when you come back to it after you've read the next chapter, pretty much, when you come back, you'll see that stuff that seemed like a small throwaway detail, it actually wasn't. It meant a lot more. And if there's still some things that seem like throwaway details, wait until you get to the end. It's all going to wrap in together.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
Now let me ask you, Paula. Actually, I've apologize. I usually ask this in the beginning of our interviews, but what is your, what's your origin story? Were you always into comic books? Was it something you got into later in life? Tell us a little bit how you got into comics.
Well, I've always loved art and stories. I've always been drawing. I've always been writing, and I wanted more illustrations in my books. So, my mom has this her beautician that she goes to, and I would go with her, and it's in this little strip mall, and there's a comic store next door, and I was not allowed to go in there.
Oh no.
Now my brother was allowed to go in there, but it was guy space. And so my mom brought me in there for 5 minutes one day, and I looked around and I could not find anything. I did not know what I was looking for. I didn't know how it was organized. And there were all these teenage guys hanging around. And so I didn't get to go back. But when we went to visit my grandmother, we would go to this one particular grocery store that had the Archie Double Digest on the rack at the checkout. And my mom's like, okay, I know what that's all about. So she let me get those, and that was my big treat. Mm-hmm. So I hoarded the Sunday paper comics, and I hoarded my Archie Double Digest and my Richie Riches, and I still have those from when I was 12 years old. I gave them to my son.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're falling apart, man. But I read them and reread them over and over again.
Well, that's what they're made. That's what they're for, though.
They're for reading until they fall to little pieces.
Yeah, when the whole spine's
like tape on the back stuff. It's bad. When the Scotch tape doesn't do the trick.
Yeah, that's when you know you're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I can go in whatever store I want to go in, and I still can't find anything in a comic shop. So I've got more inspiration from the cartoons that were inspired by the comics. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my favorite cartoon, or one of them, and Thundercats was another huge one. And more recently, not all that recently, but more recently than that, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous cartoon. Yeah,
and the way everything. Everybody, all the characters in that one, they all had their own personalities and their own motivations, and those stories were braided very tightly together. There was nothing thrown away. So I really liked that one. I was not such a big fan of Korra, even though she was supposed to be more demographically geared or something. I don't even know. I don't know what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was a beautifully, like the animation of it, the style of it, and even there was like a harmony to that series on how just everything worked together.
Yeah,
which is what made it so popular. But I mean, it's definitely a great cartoon. I think it's one of the greatest cartoons of the 2000s.
Yeah, I would love to create something with that kind of quality.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you ever foresee trying to?
You've begun.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
The first step.
Yeah, I don't want to adapt SoulBound like straight from a comic to an animated format. Although I would like to make it an animated series. I think it would work. Mm-hmm. If I did a proper job of adapting it. And really take as much advantage as I can of the different format and the different media. I think that you can work in several media if you understand that they are different and you understand what those differences are and you use them to the advantage of your story. You can't just pretend that a comic book is a storyboard for a movie, because that either makes a terrible movie or a terrible comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to make that sort of mistake on my animated series that will be horrendously expensive to produce.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's why you get it done. You get it published, right? You get it funded. You get it published, and then you let them take it over. Like if they are smart enough to do it, you got to.
No.
You have to pick
I
the
don't
right
think.
people.
I think I would have to self-produce it.
Yeah.
I have seen far too many properties just get completely destroyed in translation.
Oh, I hear that. I hear
Yeah,
that.
Like the new
I like
Thundercats.
these people, and they say they want to do your story, but they really want to do their story, and your story is just something for them to kind of lift the leg on and mark for their own. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, I've had that. I could tell you the stories I've had in Hollywood, with people telling me, well, it's just a little too Japanese. The character. And I'm like,
Really?
oh,
That's the
okay.
point.
Yeah, just stupid things like I can't even begin to tell you the stories you hear from these morons. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Now let me ask you, what's the age range for your book?
Okay, so I'm getting really
Excuse me.
good. Oh, you okay?
Yeah,
You
no, I'm
okay?
good.
You
Yeah,
sure?
I just had a cough. I just put my head down so I didn't go
Are
on the
you
mic.
sure?
Yeah. No coronavirus.
Oh man. Right,
Tough
age
times.
range. So I'm getting pretty good reviews across all kind of demographics, but it's really resonating with like the young adult teen girls. Like I've taken issue 1 to cons
Mhm.
in the past. And so this has happened at a couple of small cons that I've been to. I've had somebody come up to my table, buy the comic, come back an hour later, bouncing, like literally bouncing, like, teenage girls, they bounce.
Mhm.
And bouncing and like dragging their friends over and telling them that they have to get this book too. And it's so good and just can't wait for the next one. And when's the next one? And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm not asking my artists to work for free. This is why
Yeah.
I'm here at Comic-Con, painting faces and selling cosplay accessories. And would
Yeah.
you like to buy some goggles? That'll help it get done.
Yeah, the more you buy, the quicker I can get the next darn book out.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's awesome. That's great that you're getting that exposure at cons with that book. And so let me. When are you looking? So are you looking to have issue 3 out this year as well?
That would be awesome. I would love to be able to do that. But my campaign would have to make a good bit over goal
Mhm.
before I can
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
But everything
Well,
from this campaign is going on towards the series. It's not going towards my other project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But I mean, what we'll do too is we'll help. You've got 7 days to go. You have made goal. I encourage anyone out there. If this is your cup of tea, back this. Obviously, we're in some interesting times right now. So if funds aren't there, some people are currently laid off. We understand that. But help share the projects. We have these projects on our shows because we see something special in them, the creators and what they're doing. And please share on your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitters, whatever you can, and just help spread the word for SoulBound too. And Paula, thank you so much for coming on. We'll continue to share your project on our channels as well. And hopefully we can help you get some extra funds in there to hopefully maybe give you a little something to start getting issue 3 underway.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for having me.
Oh, thank you. Anytime. And when you're ready with issue 3 and you're ready to come back on, just shoot us an email and we'll get you back on for that.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. Thanks so much, Paula.
I have to say, SoulBound 2 makes a great gift.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna back it. I'm gonna back it. Right. I'm gonna back it myself. So
Well, thank you so much.
let me just see which one. I'll get the books, so I'll look at it. But I'm gonna back this tonight myself. So.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you got it.
The more readers, the better. I think that this is just an epic tale of adventure, romance, psyche, and it deserves to be told. And
Absolutely.
somehow it picked me to tell it.
There you go. So keep doing it and keep us in the loop with what you're doing, and we'll keep sharing this project for you.
Back.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Paula. Have yourself a great night. And we've got Tony ready backstage, Mr. Tucci.
Paula, good to see you.
That's
I'm
good
looking
to
forward
see
to
you.
getting into it. I want my son to read it too.
All right.
All right.
See you later,
Paula.
Paula. Great luck with it.
Good
All right,
luck.
thank
All
you.
right, bye-bye. All right, Mr. Tucci.
Yeah.
All right, we got
I
Tony.
like your story. I haven't read it yet, but I got the 2 books. So.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. You'll have to do an opening when that comes in. An unboxing.
Oh, yes, an unboxing.
Yes. And now our next guest, Tony Kittrell, which I hope I said that right. I found him. And this dude is creating some crazy stuff, like a whole freaking universe, Billy. And it's like, it's superheroes, it's super villains. It's like the real deal, the real McCoy, as they say. You know, it's a hot dog with not just ketchup, but they're throwing freaking mustard on this thing. They put a little sauerkraut on it. Shit's getting crazy. I'm about to take a bite out of it right now. And I'm telling you, man, we're bringing him in.
All right,
Tony,
bring him in.
Tony, how we doing, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, Tony? What do you want to be on? You want to be on your phone or your computer?
Just having a little issue right now.
All right, man. We got you on the
that's
phone.
badass. You see that?
You see how I did that? He had it
Dude,
set.
there was 2 Tonys, man.
2 Tonys. That's how he makes things happen.
That's it.
I'm
How
telling
you
you.
guys doing tonight?
We're doing good, buddy. How are you?
We're doing good,
I'm
man.
good. I'm good, Mr. Tucci. Good to see you again. And this time you had the right shirt on. I'm not going to confuse you this time.
Oh yeah.
I did a funny story really quick. I did a show at the Baltimore Convention Center, and I was trying to get some assistance from one of the guys working. I went up and asked him, "Hey, I need a garbage can and an extra chair."
Yeah.
Turn around, it was Mr. Tucci. And I felt so bad for the
No,
entire
it's funny,
weekend.
'cause I'm friends with Mark Nathan, you know. So every year I'm like, dude, I need one of your Minion shirts because I just like to wear it.
Yeah.
And then I walk around, like I said, people say, "Hey, man, I need a damn garbage can. I need a chair," yelling at me and stuff. Like, all right, let me. But I was very accommodating, right? I'm like, I'll get you a chair, man.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. And
And he got you that
so
garbage
embarrassed
can.
for the whole weekend.
No, man, that was awesome. That was funny.
That was funny when we were at Baltimore. I remember because a girl comes up, "You guys need anything, this and that?" And of course, I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's redo our name tags." And then we're like, and then Billy's like, wait, let me get one of your shirts. She's like, "Wait," he's like, "Yeah, let me get one of your shirts."
Yeah, give me a Minion shirt.
Give me a Minion shirt. That's freaking awesome.
It's
But
great. I
Tony,
stop lines. I stand behind lines. Like, sorry, last person in line. I'll stand there for a minute. Like, I'm just kidding. I'll walk away. You know, stuff like that.
oh man, that's
Hey,
really
you can
rude.
have fun at a comic book convention, right?
Where can you
I don't
have
know where
fun
you
at?
can have
Exactly.
fun at. And you can't take yourself too seriously.
Best time in the world. Best time in the world.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So, Tony, man, you've got some books out. You've got, well, I discovered Cosmos, and currently you're on Kickstarter right now with this, with issue 5. But please, man, tell me about Cosmos. Tell me about this whole universe in your other books that you have going on, because you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Advent Comics actually started 10 years ago. We're going on 11 years now. And Cosmos was a story back when Marvel had its old Epic line. I had wrote a story about Warlock. I used to love cosmic stuff. Jim Starlin, he was like my favorite back then. So I wrote a Warlock story. Got a little good critique from the guys at Marvel. So they decided to go another way to kill Warlock. So the story was good. And I was like, hey, when I started my own comic book company, I dusted the story off, changed it around a little bit, and it became Cosmos. Basically, it tells the backstory of the cosmic characters within our universe, but it's also got a twist to it, whereas we made it into a big crossover. So we presently have 75 other comic book companies, publishers, and creators who are guest starring in the book. So that's kind of the twist to it. And if any of you guys have gotten issue 4, you've seen the last guest star, or the most recent guest star. It's Mike Byrne and Steve Rude's Nexus from Dark Horse.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
So we're going to do some big things. Keep following us. We got some big surprises coming up.
Yeah, and now your publishing company is Advent Comics, correct?
That's correct. And we do a little bit of everything. We have pretty much any type of genre you think of: horror, comedy, action, adventure, of course, superheroes. You name it, we do it. We have a a lot of spiritual comics. So we do everything. We have pretty much everything.
And you guys have been in business for about 10 years, you're saying? Or you've been in comics
Yeah,
for 10 years?
We started back in 2009, and our first release was a 80-page graphic novel called Pandemonium Evil Incarnate. And we didn't think we'd do anything else other than that. We thought we'd be 1 or 2 issues and done. Basically, we had a story to tell. So we followed that up when it was successful. We followed that up with a 100-page graphic novel called Champions of Hope. And then from there, the books took off. People wanted to see us. Started to take off as far as sales. So we kept on going.
Wow, man. This is incredible what you guys have built here.
Yeah, I know.
Like
the first book they did,
it's inspiring.
Book they did was 80 pages. It's like crazy, you know?
Yeah, and well, see, I wanted to do something that wasn't being done at the time, and we went with 80 pages. We went with a story that kind of got us in some trouble with a couple different groups, but we wanted to tell a story where we said, okay, we want to do a completely evil book. And then we changed it and we said, okay, well, what if there was just a back of the villain, the main villain of the book is Satan. So then we were like, okay, we played with some sort of biblical concepts and we just took it and ran with it. And people were like, whoa, I can't believe you guys did that. They were like, we're hooked. And I didn't believe it would sell, but it sold. So, and we just ran from there.
God bless you. Good for you, bro.
Now, do your comics, and just because with everything going on, were your comics being distributed by Diamond?
Not really. The comic store, most of the comic stores that our books are in, we have little side deals with stores. We give them huge discounts, and they carry our books for us. We've submitted some books to Diamond. Specifically, we do a creator-owned line called Unbound Realms. Mm-hmm. So we'll submit those. But right now, as far as what I have going on, none of the Advent Universe books, my core books, are in Diamond.
Okay. Now, are you the writer for all these books?
Yes, I am. I am the writer of the different books. Now, I have brought in some guest writers. Like we did a 10th anniversary book, and I brought in Stephen Grant and a couple other guys, Brian Hawkins from Mad Cave Studios, that 1 or 2 other writers to help out. The basic book was 104 pages. Then we had a hardcover book that was like 134, 136 pages, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I look at the cover, man.
I know, bro.
Yeah, Jimbo Salgado did that for us.
Man,
look at this character called Paradox.
Yeah, I mean, this is all.
Everybody said, "Hey, you're going to get sued from Marvel for using that character." But I did a special Cosmos 3.5 book that only maybe like 50 people in the world have, and explained why the guy looks like Warlock because of the story I just told about.
Oh,
the
Cosmos here.
Actually, yeah. The Cosmos story was actually going to be the Warlock story, but like I said, Marvel, they didn't like it, so I used the story, changed it, and this guy is Genesis. His name is Genesis. He's the stand-in for that character. So. But he's more than just a fill-in. Wait till you read the story. He's more than a fill-in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that's fantastic. I mean, all this stuff looks great. You know what I love about this, man? This is like, when I saw this, I was like, this is right up my alley. You know, I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I fell in love with comics and, starting in like 89, 1990 and onward. And like, this just brings me back to what I like. I like superheroes. I like villains.
Yeah. I'm an old school fan. Bronze Age. I grew up on Bronze Age stuff. So I love the hero villain dynamic. Like I said, we do other things too, but that's just my bread and butter. That's what I grew up. That's what I liked. Yeah. So I did that.
Can you tell us about yourself, Tony, where you grew up? Yeah. Tell us about how you got into comics, the whole thing. Give us a little insight on the man.
All right. Well, I am in. Man, I better see, but I'm within the older generation. I'm a boomer. Grew up reading comics. My cousin actually got me into comics. He and my brother would read comics all the time, and I was too little. They wouldn't let me read with them, so I'd wait till they go out and play baseball or football, and I'd sit in the room and I'd read all the comics. So my cousin, when he got into girls around about 13, he didn't want comics. He thought they weren't cool anymore. So I begged him and pleaded with him. So he gave me all his comics. So that's where I was first exposed to people like Neil Adams and the Buscema's. So I'd had like so many old comics, and I would just spend hours a day reading comics to the point where my mom was like, "You need to go outside and play." So I love comics. Grew up, life took me different places. I worked. Well, actually, right now I'm currently a career firefighter and paramedic in Maryland, in the Prince George's
Oh,
County,
geez,
Maryland.
thank you for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Service.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So before I did that, I worked at a desk job. I worked for an accounting firm. Every day was the same. I hated the job. That's why when I had some life changes, I decided, well, you know what? I'm going to apply to Marvel. I'm going to do some things I've never done before. Let's make this thing happen. So that's when I decided to become a firefighter. But back in 2009, when my wife and I were going on our anniversary, we were out in San Diego, and in our hotel was Tyrese Gibson. And we met him downstairs. We talked to him, and we asked him what he was doing there. And he said, "Oh, I'm on my way to Comic-Con. You know, have you ever been?" I'm like, "No, I've never been. I've always wanted to go, never been." He was like, "Well, I'm promoting my comic book called Mayhem from Image." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Didn't know you had a comic book." So I went in there, started talking to different people. And I was like, wow, you know, I already had a company set up, entertainment company set up. And I was like, I always wanted to get into comics. Why not give it a go? So I talked to a few people, and I was like, okay, left there, went home, wrote some stories, dusted some old stories off. And that's where Pandemonium, Evil Incarnate came from. And then I just started going from there. But like I said, I love comics. I just love everything about comics. I've even decided to start using my platform and the limited reach that I do have to help other creators take their books and distribute their books so people can see them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So. Nice.
Oh,
so you just happened to be in San Diego during Comic-Con, and then you got a ticket and you went in.
Yeah. Tyrese gave us a ticket. We went in with him, and you know, it was mind blowing because I'd always wanted to go, but I never thought I would be able to go. Yeah. And I saw so much, met so many different people, and I was like, wow, I would love to be really a part of this community, not just a fan, but be a part of this community. Yeah. And I went home and I started making things, you know, happen, and it was an expensive first project, but you know, you live and learn. But
what year was that?
2009. 2009.
Wow.
Yeah. And we got lucky and came back, and we had some good people around us. As you can see, that first cover, Pandemonium, we lucked up and met Bart Sears and Andy Smith and a few other guys who helped us navigate through. So we had some good people in our corner who helped us, got us through the ins and outs. So we were blessed to come across those people.
Wow, man. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. You can see it, man, and the passion. I mean, what you I mean, you guys produced some serious stuff in a very short time. Very short time. Now, what did you start off crowdfunding, or was that something you ended up?
No, actually, I stayed away from crowdfunding until very recently. I saw some other publishers were going that route, and basically we've done the brick and mortar stores, stuff's on Amazon and some digital outlets. Barnes and Noble carries Cosmos and some other titles for us. So I stayed away from crowdfunding, but some other publishers I saw were having success with it. I tried it, and my very first crowdfunding was a Kickstarter. Didn't go well. It failed. And then I heard about Indiegogo, tried Indiegogo. That failed. But, you know, thankfully we found an audience on the crowdfunding side. We did, for our 10th anniversary, we did like 4 crowdfunding books that were just exclusively going to be on Kickstarter. And it went over well. It went over well. So that's when we started doing that. And so we made a promise to the fans. We'd do at least 3 books a year that were crowdfunding books.
Oh, very cool. And now, are you finding your favor in platform-wise to be Kickstarter over Indiegogo?
I just really started Indiegogo maybe about 6 months ago. Okay. The first title actually I put on Indiegogo that was a success because I put 2 others on and they failed. I put on a sci-fi space opera type of book called Dark Matter Rise of the Lexicons, and beautiful art. But I guess I didn't have a niche, or basically I was brand new to the platform and I didn't know how to work Indiegogo, so it failed miserably. I put
Sci-fi's
Cosmos on
tough too.
Yeah, it is.
Sci-fi's real tough.
Yeah, it is. I found that out the hard way. Cosmos had a semi-success, issue 1, and then I put a mature themed book called The Hit Squad. Hit Squad is basically, remember I told you we experimented with some spiritual biblical type stuff. We had a book of hitmen. The hitmen turned out to be the 7 deadly sins of man who've come to earth, and they're just wrecking all kinds of havoc. I mean, I'm not gonna cuss on your platform, but they're kicking butt.
You can.
They're kicking ass everywhere. So it's a real action themed book, and the Indiegogo crowd, they kind of like that too. So that was our second book on the platform. And then we tried to do, I had already scheduled Kickstarter for Cosmos 5. So I was trying to get the Indiegogo crowd caught up with that before I released 5. But issue 2 and 3 wasn't successful. So I just went ahead and released 5 because I had already put a year into that, and I said I was going to do it. So even though the timing was kind of bad, I should have, I with everything going on now, I maybe should have waited, but yeah, I feel bad because so many people are just going through so much stuff right now.
Yeah, it's a tough time. That's another thing. It's a tough time.
It is a tough
time. I feel bad.
Well, you know what though? It may give them something to look forward to. I mean, $20, $15.
I went, talked to the team, and we talked about it and went around. I went around doing it maybe like 3-4 times before I decided, okay, well, I said I was going to do it a year ago. I committed to it. I told people it was going to be released. I'm going to do it. But I still feel bad because people are going through some really tough stuff right now.
Yeah.
And also that's another thing. If I could, I have a like a little grab bag of some free comics. I'm going to get the link and I want to give it to your viewers or your patrons. It's free comics. Just because with everything going on right now, comic shops shut down. So I wanted to do something for people, and I didn't have a real lane to do anything like the big boys. So I figured I'd just give some guys some free comics.
That's great.
Oh, very cool.
And another thing I think maybe you'd want to consider with your campaign now, you've got 24 days left. You're already almost at $1,000. So you're already you're at $999. So you're a third away from your goal, and you got over 3 weeks left. What they're all offering though, and what might be a smart thing to do, is to extend it, to add more time to it, because this is everyone's so crazy right now, and I know people are looking for looking for escapism, they're looking for stuff, but it might not hurt you to even expand. You know what I mean? To extend it, like that's what I would do personally if I had that campaign going.
That's true. That's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, people are so distracted right now trying to get toilet paper. You know what I mean? If your comic was on toilet paper right now, you'd have $30,000.
Yeah. Well, just enough to break even and pay the guys. That's all we're really concerned about. But yeah, I like I said, I love making comics, and it's the best thing. And I have a story to tell, so that's my main thing, to get the story out, and hopefully people enjoy the story. Cosmos is a 12-issue maxi series, so hopefully people like it and enjoy it and keep on reading.
That's crazy. I mean, do you have any other titles that you're adding to your library?
Yeah.
Titles, man.
There's one that the guys in the fire station always tease me about, and actually, the local news did a couple stories on it, and some of the guys clown me on local news, which wasn't cool. But Titan is semi-autobiographical. It's a semi-autobiography. Basically, the guy's Titan's a firefighter in his career and his alter ego, and he goes through some different things. So a lot of the firefighters from my department are make cameos in the book. So they all get a kick out of that, and they all are like, "Tony, put me in the book. I want to be in the book. Make me a hero. Make me a villain." So it's all kinds of cool stuff going on. but yeah, we have Titan that's ongoing. South Side, which is an action adventure. We just did our first young adult title called Head Hollow, but it's a creator-owned title. Right now, we presently have about 17 ongoing titles.
Wow.
Guard, Savior, yeah. So it keeps me busy.
Like a little
Herenberg asks, let me see, I'll get this up here. No, it's not refreshing. But anyways, they say, Crowdfunding, ask Tony about the crossover with characters from Marvin Wins the Edge. Marvin is our friend from Pittsburgh.
Marvin is a good guy. I shouldn't be doing this, but just say that Marvin's the Edge may make an appearance in a Cosmos issue. We'll leave it at that.
Very
There
cool.
you go. Now you also
and there are going to be a lot of other people who you may see as well.
Awesome. And then Brian Blevins asked, can you ask Tony about where he is getting his books printed and maybe see how much value he puts on paper quality in comparison to Alterna newsprint, and if you would try it, meaning newsprint?
Yeah, does that make sense? Alterna print on newsprint.
Actually, it does. Yeah, I've talked to Peter in the past. When Peter first switched to newsprint, he ran a Kickstarter, and I was one of the people who backed him. Got an ad for some of his first books that he put in newsprint. And actually, I always said I wanted to do that because, like I said, the comics I grew up reading, they were newsprint. So I thought it would be cool to do a throwback book like that. And now that Alterna is doing some stuff where they have like printing for other people, I may take them up on it. I have a few titles that I may use that to test the market on, and I'm definitely thinking about it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, with everything going on, I mean, you're a self-publisher, you're a writer. I'm sure you attend conventions, and it's another form of income. I mean, with everything going on, how, if you don't mind me asking, how are you looking to, substitute the income with other means?
Well, I have to structure it around the fire department. So basically, I plan my events a year out. So for say next year, I'll be planning those around about July. So I have to give the fire department my time that I want off, and a few shows I've missed so far, and I'm hoping that the next 3, because I try to do like 6 shows a year. So I'm hoping that I don't miss the last 3. They're in the back of the year, but hopefully we're still good for at least doing 3 shows this year. So I'm trying to get to those shows. Hopefully they don't get canceled.
What show are you looking for? Are you planning on attending?
Awesome Con, Baltimore, and then I do one. There's a small show. Ben Penrod, the guy who did Awesome Con, he does Southern Maryland show, and I do his show every year for him. And then I also do some small like library shows for kids. We pretty much end up. My whole thing is, I grew up reading comics. Comics actually taught me how to read. So when I go and do the library shows for the different libraries in the area, I bring just free comics. So I make sure every kid, whether they buy a comic or not, they leave with a comic. So
that's awesome.
Nice.
That's good, man. That's like inspiring.
And Marvin's here.
Marvin, what's up, buddy? Don't be mad. I tried to censor myself what I said. I tried to censor myself. I didn't tell it. I didn't tell
you. Say anything, Marvin.
You heard nothing.
Right.
Oh man, that's great, dude. This is awesome what you have going on, and it's crazy. Like I said, I saw one of your campaigns, did some research on you, and saw all this stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is like right freaking up my alley. And it's cool what you're producing. And now, do you guys plan on doing any do you guys do any social media stuff? Like, do you ever go live?
We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and I even interact with my personal Facebook page with everyone. So yeah, you can find us all over the social media network.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think I gave you some of them, but everything is Advent Comics on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Avid Comics, or if you want to reach me on Facebook directly, I'm Tony Kittrell. So you can reach me there as well.
Now, what are you doing? We're going to be down in Baltimore.
I know.
I'll be working it again. I'll be getting you your garbage can and your chairs.
No, you won't. No, you won't. I'll be getting yours for you, Mr. Tucci.
But we also have Isaac Con that night. And I don't know if you know my bro Isaac Snowden. So we have Isaac Con, and Isaac Con gets a little crazy, doesn't it, Nile?
A little crazy indeed.
And you are invited, and your boys.
Oh wow! Thank you.
Isaac Con. It's in back of the Hyatt Hotel.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Where were we? We're at the Sheraton. Where were we, Nile?
We were at the Sheraton. We were at the Sheraton.
Back of the Sheraton, on the second floor of the Sheraton outside. Cigars, scotch.
I know exactly where it is.
Thunderball.
Where that walk.
Funny story. I had one of my artists come up a couple years ago, and I put him up at that hotel, and he raved the next day. He was like, "Oh man, thank you for putting me up at that hotel." He said, "I was out back smoking with Jim Starlin and these other guys." And he just naming names. He was like, "It was awesome." Yeah. Well, of course I'm married, so I have to go home at night. But
well, you know what?
Stay, but I would definitely come.
Over with your buddy though. You should crash over with your buddy that night. You can get it's all guys.
Yeah, it is all guys. Yeah,
it's not like we got cheerleaders hanging out with us or anything like that. It's just like us guys,
Right. Well, I definitely will take you up on that, sir. I appreciate the offer. Thank you.
But it's a good time. Well, the offer stands. It's usually Saturday night. But I guess we're there both nights, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So think about it. So
there you go. Put it in your to-do list, your itinerary for Baltimore.
Definitely.
But man.
Hopefully all this stuff is cleared up and we can go back to resume business as usual. The comic community, I'm sure, is ready to get back to normal. I know I am. So I'll keep writing. I'm definitely going to keep writing and keep producing titles and such. But yeah, we just want things to get back to normal so we can all get back out and meet our fans and experience all the things the cons have to offer.
Exactly.
Absolutely, bro.
And before we get going, let's go into your Kickstarter quick. So you got Cosmos #5 up on Kickstarter. There's 24 days to go, everyone. And in this campaign, you can get issues 1 through 5, which is available.
You can get issues 1 through 5, and you can also get, if I may, there are 3 special tie-in issues. The Universals, which is our group of cosmic entities, kind of comparable to Marvel's Cosmic Corp, Galactus, and a few other guys. So it's like all the big guys got together. That's the Universals. And then we also have a book called Pantheon. We did 40-page one-shot of that. That's going to be available as well. And then also another book called Legend in the Vanguard, which is sort of like it's a hero team book, but they all 3 tie into the Cosmos story.
Nice. And the art looks great, man.
Art looks
great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Very nice, man. Very nice. And this is your team here.
Yeah, that's Dodieka. He did the artwork. J.E. Lozano, one of the inkers. Christian Dr. Lemansky, he's another inker. Then we have Raphael Kazim. He's a great colorist. Andy Smith that's Lucas Gattoni. He's a letterer who pretty much is everywhere. Andy Smith is doing some special variant covers for us. So
very nice.
Yeah, we got a nice team.
Awesome. Bunch of different reward levels, stretch goals.
And also we have in there,
look at this right here.
Trade paperback. Yeah, basically for our 10th anniversary, I created 10 box sets. Cosmos has a box set. There's a box set at the $300 level, which is our 10th anniversary box set, and it contains books that haven't come out yet. So you're going to get 10 additional free books. You're going to get the Facets book, which was our 10th anniversary book that you could only get in that Kickstarter, but I had a few extra left over, so I put them inside that box set. So awesome. we got a lot of good stuff going on. And then Andy Smith is doing a special cover for us. If anyone goes to that level, it's not expected. We're not trying to go there, so don't think about it. But Andy's going to do a cover if we reach the goal, and if people sign up for it, he's going to put their character on a special variant cover. They're going to get that cover, and then they're also going to be part of the story. So I'm going to bake them into the story.
Nice. You know, you got to get some of your fire department pals to help you out, man.
Indeed. Trust me, they do.
Comics. They could pay you to
They
be
do.
in a comic. Okay.
They do.
Okay.
They do. Yeah. So
I know my
they've had
friends put me in the comic, and I'm like, yeah,
yep, they
pay
do.
for it.
Several of them have done that.
Now, do you do? Are you doing international on this? We've got a question in the chat.
We do international as well. International, I only ask for like $20 extra, and I pretty much front the rest.
Okay.
Because international shipping is expensive, and I don't want the backers to have to foot that huge bill. So, but yes, we do international shipping.
Yeah, Shane O'Sullivan is just saying, will this project ship to Ireland, as I cannot see that option pop up in Kickstarter?
It sure will. If you go onto the individual tier that you want, there's an option. If it's international shipping, it'll pop up.
All right, excellent.
Great job, bro. Great job,
man, Tony. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. This is awesome.
Thank you guys for having us. When I heard Mr. Tucci was going to be here, I knew I had to apologize again. So, I definitely didn't want to miss that opportunity.
Well, listen, man. Great luck with it. You're going to do it. You'll get your goal. Yeah. But I think with today, the way things are so crazy, and people's minds are. People are into hoarding money and buying stuff.
Oh,
maybe
trust, I understand.
Give yourself a safety net. Kickstarter's offering.
I actually will. As soon as I get off with you guys, I'm going to go and do that, Mr. Tucci. So I'm definitely going to do that.
Well, all right, sir.
All right, Tony, man. Thank you so much. Keep me in the loop on anything you got going on, even if it's not crowdfunding. If you got a new book out, something you want to promote, I'll get you on, dude. You can plug it and share some images or whatever.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this Kickstarter out, and until things resume normal business wise in the industry, I'm not gonna put out new content. So I hope everybody understands that. It's in solidarity with all the other comic stores and publishers. Basically, if we put out content right now, it could have an adverse effect. So I'm gonna hold back and wait until everything resumes. So at the moment, no new Advent comic stuff after these 4 books on the Kickstarter. But after that, once things resume, we're going to hit you full force. We got like 12 titles ready to go. So,
fantastic. Looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much.
Mr. Kittrell, as always, sir, great luck with it. Great to have you on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you in Baltimore. Balmer, as they say.
Yes, you will, sir.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me.
We'll talk to the wife and get you.
There you go. Get a pass.
We'll get you home safe. It just may be like at 4 in the morning. No.
I'm gonna be smoking cigars with Jim Lee and Jim Starlin. Come on.
Oh, you best believe I'm gonna be there. Like I said, I'm just gonna tell her. But no, all joking aside,
I'm gonna tell her. Then you gotta tell me how that works. When you say,
trust. I'm like, look, these are all the childhood guys I've been fantasized about meeting. You best believe we're gonna be there. So,
well, then you'll be sharing bourbon with him, which is even better.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely throw something back. First round's on me.
There you go. Well, all right. Well, don't say that.
Oh no, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Don't say that, because then when you do the first round, you're doing the last round too, all the way through. Yeah. We'll just go to the board. It's on his tab. It's on his tab.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. I'm exhausted. This was a great show, Nile. Mr. Kittrell, thank you so much to all of our guests. What a great show, huh, Nile?
Yeah, great show. All right, Tony, man. Stay in touch, and thanks for joining us tonight.
I definitely will. Thank you for having me, and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yes, and be safe out there, man. Stay safe.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to work in the morning, actually, 4 o'clock.
Oh,
so.
Stay healthy and safe.
Well, be safe, all right, buddy? Be safe out there.
Will do. Take care, guys.
Have a good night. Thank you, man.
Good night, guys.
Great show, Billy. Great show.
Great show.
All right, and then tomorrow night we'll be back on the air with Jimmy Palmiotti, Brian Polito, and
Jesse James
Cassoni.
Has the link been set yet? Brian needs the link to the StreamYard link.
Yeah, he'll get that tomorrow.
Link to our page if you can get that. Okay.
Yeah. He'll get all that tomorrow morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow night, and don't forget Thursday. We've got Eric Larson on as well.
Heck yeah, this is going to be great. And next week, great shows lined up next week. This is going to be a lot of fun,
shows
man.
lined. Yeah, we got a busy couple weeks right now. Busy couple weeks, you know. But we're trying to keep people entertained, keep information flowing, keep things moving in these confusing and scary times that we're all dealing with. So everyone, have yourselves a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night, and read a comic before you go to bed. Read a comic before you go to bed.
All right, my friend. You have a good night. All right, bro.
You too. I'll talk to you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into Crowdfunding Comic. We look forward to hanging out with all of our crowdfunding fans every time we go live. And don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel. And there's a little bell. You may want to hit that too. This way you get all the great notifications when we go live and when we upload some awesome content. You want to follow us? Sure, go right ahead at Twitter at CrowdFundComics with an X, Instagram Crowdfunding Comics, and Facebook at Crowdfunding Comics. Till next time, crowdfunding fans, we'll see you soon.